Richard Denson with your ABC6 Sports. I'm live in Hayfield, Minnesota. I like to call it Titletown because we're in Southeast Minnesota. And it's rocking here at the Maturi Pavilion. I'm here at the University of Minnesota. Games have been going on all day. Let's talk a little bit about that run. You all made it to the state tournament for the first time. What a game against Minnesota. Came up short, but man, endeared yourself to so many people here in Southeast Minnesota. Only 4 teams have made the playoffs since 1990 after starting 0-3. The last team to do it was Houston in 2018. Minnesota Twins legend Joe Mauer forever immortalized as he goes into the Hall of Fame. I had the chance to speak with current Twins players about Mauer's legacy. For the second postseason in a row, the Minnesota Wild led 2-1 and blew it with 3 straight losses. For a team that scored 100-plus points and seemed poised to get over the hump, once again, things just remain the same. We're here a little bit later than usual, but once again, the Chatfield Gophers are playing for the football state championship. We're less than 24 hours away from the Gophers having the opportunity to hang banner number 6. You may hear the phrase, act like you've been there before. For the community, that phrase has true meaning, as the stakes are high and the vibes are higher.
I think this vibe is probably a little bit higher than last year, being we're playing a team that we beat in the semifinals last year, and I think that even preps it up a little bit more. It's not a new team, it's a team we beat last year, and so everything's been put on a podium. Can you do it again? It's kind of like a Packer-Viking game. Can you do it again? And so I think this one's a little bit more intense this year.
I mean, it's intense pride. We're super excited. I mean, it's great for business, but the fact is we have watched these kids grow up. Flag football growing up, watching them play. They come into our store and shop for Gopher gear since they were little kids.
I think that's one of the great things about being in a small town is we have small town connections to a lot of these kids and coaches, and I mean, we're all excited.
I think I'm just more proud of the kids because they're able to go back to back and show that they could do it versus one and done.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the vibe is getting exciting, but some nervous.
I mean, like for just my customer base, they're looking forward to going to the games to see the boys play, to see the boys win. I mean, they're kind of expecting the boys to be able to do it again, and that's what we're all hoping for.
The fire department will send the Gophers off Friday morning at 9 from Potter's Auditorium. Kickoff at U.S. Bank Stadium is set for 1 p.m. In Chatfield, Richard Denson, AB, see you later.
I think that one thing that's different about this team is all of us work hard. Like, it's not, sometimes you could have like a one person that's like really good, but we have a whole team that everyone works together. We all love each other and we just want the best for everyone.
From start to finish, it's always been strength in numbers for the Stewartville Tigers girls basketball team. They have a motto, Meraki, which is Greek for doing something with your entire soul. With their entire soul, the Tigers played for one another, played for the community, played for the name on the front of their jersey, and rattled off so many wins. From December 12th to March 16th, 26 consecutive wins, average margin of victory of 30 points.
We knew we had the talent, but just that one game that we lost at the beginning, we didn't work for it as hard, and so that really switched our mindsets, and now we're working as hard as we can. Don't take any breaks, offense or defense, and that's why we just do what we do.
This Tiger program had never made it to the state tournament, but as the wins amounted, it was inevitable that this would be the year that streak came to an end, and they did so in dominating fashion.
It means a lot to our town. I told these girls, we go get this, you'll be remembered forever because you're the first ones to do it.
But the Tigers' magic did not stop there. They went to state with the same swagger they carried all season and kept winning. Grand Rapids in the first round. Becker, the number 1 seed, in the semifinals. Throughout it all, they believed they could do it. The Tigers gave it their absolute all in the championship game against BSM, but the magic just ran out. In the one game, they just didn't shoot the ball well.
In a game where we didn't shoot overly well, these kids came back against the number 2 rated team and came back and had a lead in the second half, and it was a wild game. So I couldn't be more proud of the fight of these kids and the heart of every kid that we have.
The loss stung, But it's the journey that will be forever etched in lore and how they inspired others.
I had a little girl text me and say all she wanted for her birthday was a state championship, so I think that they look up to us a lot.
Yes, the Tigers will lose several seniors such as Steele and Strum, but don't count on the Tigers being a one-hit wonder.
Again, hats off to them. They have a lot of talent, and they're not going anywhere. They're going to be around for a while.
Our team, we still have good, we're still good together. We know we can do things. We just need to work hard, and I think we're going to come back and work harder.
Richard Denson with your ABC6 Morning Sports. It's a lot of really good girls soccer teams in Southeast Minnesota, and one of them in the spotlight this morning is the Lord Eagles. While the reigning Section 2A champs are not as hot as they were at this time a season ago, they still technically have not lost a game yet. They either win or they tie. Last night at Rochester Regional, the Eagles hosted the Northfield Raiders, who looked to put the first tally in the L column. Under 28 minutes in the first half, scoreless game when Northfield junior Devin Morrell fires a shot, but Lord goalie Addison Lange there with the stop. Nice save there. She stayed busy this game. On the other end, Lord took their fair share of shots too. Junior Ella Shadivi just off the mark. Both teams brought it. Who said the pigskin is the only thing that belongs under the Monday night lights? Neither team able to find the back of the net for one half, but Lord wound up breaking it open in the second half, going on to post the 3-0 victory. Now, you'd have to go back to the year 2017 for the last time the Mayo Spartans lost their home opener. The Spartans have that type of home field advantage. The 1-1 Spartans were back on the field for practice, so they will get another opportunity in front of their home fans this Friday against 0-2 Farmington. Now, if you're an optimistic guy like myself, through 2 games, the Spartans are doing way better than many expected they would in a new section which sees them play many bigger schools from the cities. For the Spartans, many of their players play on both sides of the ball, compared to many of their opponents that have players only play on one side. It's why it's an extra focus on conditioning and durability. Nevertheless, the team is not making excuses. Head coach Donnie Holcomb says last week's result was probably one of the worst games the team has had. Mayo turned the ball over 6 times and gave up nearly 300 rushing yards. The Spartans are eager to bounce back.
Well, all the teams we face are great teams, regardless of their record. And as far as a short memory, we want them to remember how that felt. We want them to remember the mistakes that they made and how we put ourselves in some situations so that they don't want to feel that way again.
Kickoff at Mayo Stadium set for 7 p.m. It will be part of this Friday's ABC6 Sports Zone. The Minnesota Twins' magic number is 12, and this series with Tampa Bay kind of important because the Rays are a playoff caliber team. Can we talk about the turnaround of Max Kepler? This right here, his 22nd homer of the season. He's now batting over 250 after spending much of the season under 200. Another positive of this game, rookie Royce Lewis, a 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 6th inning. Twins trail 7-4 after that one. That score will hold in the end. Minnesota back at it with Game 2 tonight at 6:40 p.m. Here's what's on tap for today in sports. In girls tennis at 4:45 p.m., Austin hosting Century and Mayo hosting Mankato West. In soccer at 7 p.m. for the boys, Castle Manderville hosts Pism and Century hosting John Marshall as the King of the Med City Series is back. For the girls, Triton hosts Cannon Falls and Dover Yoda hosts Caledonia. In volleyball at 7:15 p.m., Mabel Kenton hosts Kingsland and Hayfield hosts Bethlehem Academy. That's a wrap for Morning Sports. AB, see you later.